Okay, first of all, I would like to say this. If I ever go offended, I'm just fucking kidding. Second of all, okay, I don't know why this irritates me so much, because, okay, so I just finished watching all the freaking Morty that exists, and I'm peeved. I'm peeved because I was like, okay, I'll look up some cool Tumblr shit about it or whatever, and I was thinking, this is a pretty offensive show, I don't know how Tumblr feels about it. Well, I saw something where someone was like getting offended, pretty much, because if you think about it, and I've always believed this way, I believe this before I ever, like, before Rick and Morty ever came to fucking be, that there are multiple dimensions, and that everything that is able to happen, happened. And you have to think about that. You know, you can't just think about all the good shit that's happened in other universes. There are drawbacks, and obviously, like, because there are drawbacks to every bit of that, there are also pluses to every bit of that. If you make it canon in your story that there are dimensions of anything and everything that can happen in every single universe, something, if it could happen, if it is a thought, if it is even thought, it exists. Point being, people are getting upset because there is therefore that means that there is a universe out there where there's Rick X Morty. Whatever the fuck. You know, I've been on the internet, I've seen a lot of fucking fan fiction that is way worse than that. But I digress, because that is canon in the show, that every universe, that there is every kind of universe, there's every kind of dimension, that it's the multiple universe theory, that has to exist, obviously. There's also a universe, you know, there's that universe where there was the evil Morty and the fake Rick, because Rick was a robot and had all those Mortys strapped up. You know, that exists out there. There's a dimension where everything exists. There is a dimension for every thought. If you think about it, I don't care how fucking disturbing it is, it exists. That's canon. You can't fucking change that. Okay, and you can't really get offended by it. This is an offensive ass show. If you enjoyed it to begin with, then you can't be offended by that. Understand? Cool. I don't get how some people can watch the show and be, like, completely okay with everything that's happening, and then suddenly, like, something that doesn't even happen in the show, it's just, obviously it happens. It is canon that like, if you think of a universe, it exists. Every different kind of universe out there. Therefore, obviously that exists. And I've believed this wholeheartedly since I was a kid. I've never believed in any sort of God or anything like that. I've just believed, well, I did sort of, you know, I'm an agnostic theist. I don't know what there is. But I have always believed that there is a universe and a dimension for everything. I will note that I find science super fucking interesting, but it was my worst subject in school, and always was. I was super great at everything else, you know, except for PE, which I still got pretty good grades in, so, no. So science does hurt my brain, but this is the most scientific thing that I could ever believe, and I wholeheartedly believe it, and have always believed it, and it's amazing to find a show where it is canon, and it exists, and it is talked about. It's amazing. If you were like me, you should watch it. If you haven't, but I assume if you clicked on this video, you fucking watched it before. Okay, moving on. So because I believe in that, then there is a universe that will utterly disgust me, and that's okay. Like, not everything is, like, fucking good in the universe. Obviously, there are fucked up things here on Earth. There are fucked up things in other universes. That, obviously, there's gonna be a universe. In every single universe out there, something will disturb you. There are relationships like that in our Earth. That doesn't mean they don't exist. That doesn't mean it's not canon in our universe. Because something is canon, it doesn't mean that the person who made it is evil. It just means it exists. And that shit exists everywhere. So I don't see why you can be upset from something like that, if that makes any sort of fucking sense. Like, I honestly cannot understand how someone could enjoy the rest of the show and then be offended by that one little thing that they realized. Like, yeah, somebody realized that out there, and I'm sure there's a bunch of fan fiction about it. You don't have to be happy about it, but you just have to, listen to Rig. Don't think about it. Obviously, like, this shit exists, and I'm okay with it existing. I don't give a fuck. I'm not in that dimension. I'm not in that universe. It doesn't fucking pertain to me. Just because it exists out there somewhere doesn't mean it pertains to me and I have to deal with it. I just don't have to think about it. That's what you should do. If this is fucking bothering you that much, just don't think about it. Because it really shouldn't bother you that much if you enjoyed the rest of the show, or you enjoyed past the first 2 episodes to continue watching it. I understand that my boyfriend loves it just like I do. Not just like I do. He's not just as insane as me. I will mention that my sanity is not completely determined. But you can't have everything. My brother does not like the show. It's not for him because my brother is super religious, for one thing, and there's a lot of atheist stuff in there, which maybe has so many people love it. So obviously, like, you cannot condemn somebody for making this canon in their show, meaning that something else happens because of it. You can't condemn somebody for that, especially if it's not even in the fucking show. Yes, he acknowledged that it exists. Obviously, you would be lying to yourself if you didn't acknowledge that this exists. So, for that fact, if you believe in anything, there is something about that will disturb you like this. You cannot sit yourself in a bubble so you can't be offended. Like, you're gonna get offended and life will fucking move on. I don't get why everything has to be so, like, this show is so, like, I don't get why you can enjoy the rest of the show and this one bit of it offends you. You should have been offended before now. You shouldn't hold somebody up on a pedestal and say, I really don't think that's your intention. No, it's not somebody's fucking intention, but yeah, it exists because it's canon. Dur-ta-dur. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Why are you putting someone up on a pedestal like that because they're just going to deny it? No, that's not possible. Everything that is thought exists in this sort of mindset. And in my mindset, I believe that. I believe that there's a universe out there that I'm doing something that this universe me wouldn't like. But that's a different universe, and I don't have to fucking deal with it. And I don't have to think about it, and neither do you.